everybody, Chris here from Flying Star Astrology, and today I'm going to be talking about the February 2020 Flying Stars. If you have your Flying Star Outlook predictions and tips that you can get from my website, flyingstarastrology.com, you can kind of follow along because I'm going to be talking about the yearly stars a little bit in relation to the monthly stars. And then if you did get this, you also have your personal power number predictions for the month. So you can take a look at this again and see if this is a good month for you, and also where the stars are supporting you this particular month. So if you haven't purchased this yet, you can get it from my website, flyingstarastrology.com, and I'll be posting that again at the end of this video. February 2020, the flying stars fly in on February 4th, which is Tuesday, which is the day I'm probably going to post this video. And I like to talk about the center stars first, because the center of your bagua, if you study Feng Shui, you know that this tic-tac-toe symbol is called a bagua. The center bagua, or the center gua, I should say, sets the theme for the month for the rest of the direction. So I like to talk about this particular area first. And this month the star combination is really good for romance, it's good for finance, it's good for competition. So if you're competing in a race or some kind of contest of any kind, it's a good month for you for that, especially if you've been gearing up and preparing for that. It's a good month to make money, to get money, to receive money. It's a good month to start a romance, to continue a romance, to do romantic things. So the theme for the month is really good, which, you know, that happens rarely, because when we have this particular star for the year sitting in the center, it means that most of the months are going to be tricky, but this is a really good month. So February is a good month for everybody. And since it's the month of Valentine's Day, it's appropriate that this combination would be the theme for the month. All right, so that's the theme for the month. Then we move on to the Northwest. This is the direction for helpful people, for connecting with God, for talking with mentors or mentoring people if you happen to be a mentor. It's good for travel. So this is the direction we want to look at for those things. And this month we have a combination that is really good for travel, and it's really good for romance. Again, it's another combination that's good for that. It's also a good month to connect with famous people. So when I say famous people, it's not necessarily people who are movie stars or celebrity athletes, although it could be people like that. But it could be people just in your particular field who are famous. So it could be somebody in your office who's famous for something they're really good at, or even you. Maybe you're really good at something and you're considered famous in your field. My husband is a dentist. He happens to do a lot of cosmetic dentistry and is very vocal and very writes a lot of articles about dentistry and other things. And in his industry, he's one of the more famous people. So that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. This is a really good month for anything related to that. And even if you're traveling to see a seminar or to a conference of some kind where you're going to be hearing presenters who are famous for what they are known for, really good month. You're going to get some good information. And if you've been planning on taking a seminar and you weren't really sure whether to do it or not, this is the month. This is the month you want to actually go hear those people, to get information, to give information. And if you were going to give a presentation where you're sharing your knowledge with other people, fantastic month for you, because you're going to connect with other people who they get what you have to say and they appreciate it. So really good month for that. Moving on to the West. So West is children, creativity, technology, writing, dancing, singing, writing music. Anything creative is going to be falling into the West. This is a good month to bring something to a close that you have been wanting to stop doing or to get rid of in terms of this area. Maybe you have a child who's gone off to college and you're not sure what to do with their room because you know that they will only be back for the summer. This is a good month to make that transition of their room into something that's going to be more useful to you. So maybe you have put a fold out couch in there instead of the bed so that you can make it like an office, or you change things around. It's also a good month that if you've been working on anything that just doesn't like light your fire anymore, it's a good month to stop doing that and then to move into whatever new thing that it is that you want to do. So it could be that you are tired of a particular career, or you've been working on a project and now it's coming to a close just on its own, and now it's time to do something new. So this is a really good month for that. So for the Northeast, we have a star combination that's not good for health. It's not good for like travel in terms of being in your car because it can create accidents. But, you know, this just means you need to pay attention to your environment. So when I see these stars and some of them are not particularly beneficial, I don't go, oh my God, you know, that's horrible, this is terrible. No, what I do is I look at the star and say, okay, what's the energy of that star and how do I work with it in a way that's supportive of me? And so when I give this information, I do the same thing when I put the information together for you. How do I relay the information in a way that's going to be helpful to you, that is positive and supportive? So with this star combination, if you have like a long-term illness that is not well controlled, for example, I have a friend who has diabetes. Sometimes it's under control really well. Other times her life gets crazy and things get out of control and she's not able to regulate her blood sugar well. When you're in a period like that where your health is not great and your doctors have not been able to help you control it the way that they want to see so that you are more healthy or you're getting healthier, don't sleep in the northeast area of your home if you can avoid it. You know, some people can't. That's just the nature of the beast. It's also a good month to pay attention when you're driving, especially if you live in the Northeast, if you're driving in the Northeast direction, which sounds funny, but if you're on the road and you're headed Northeast, you can pull that energy in. And so watch your thoughts when you're driving. Pay attention to what you're doing. Don't be texting, don't be talking on the phone, because this is the month where you could experience an accident. So just be careful. Not only for yourself, but pay attention to other people on the road because they're not paying attention either. So really it's more of a watch out for your own safety kind of thing. This is the direction, the Northeast is the direction for education and learning. So we could hear about more children getting sick or people in schools getting sick, which is not unusual. It's still the winter. We do have this issue with the coronavirus coming over from China. Hopefully that will not be an issue here in the United States, or it'll be very restricted. But just, you know, make sure, wash your hands if you touch something. If you see somebody wiping their nose with their sleeve or whatever, clean wherever they have touched, that kind of thing. So just, be smart. If you have children in school, make sure that you send them like with the hand sanitizer, and then send handy wipes into your school's teacher, like Clorox wipes or whatever, so that she or he can have that to wipe down the desk. So you want to help them as much as you can this month. The South is known for fame and recognition, and this star combination can create difficulties and arguments and bickering between men and women, but particularly women who are older than men. So this can be a mother-son situation, a brother-sister situation where the sister is older, the brother is younger, or in an environment like, we're likely to see this, since it's fame and recognition, likely to see something like this related to like celebrities, things of that nature, where there's an older woman who says something negative about a younger man. Could be a coworker, could be whatever combination that is, but that's what this energy creates here. So, just if you happen to be in a industry associated with like fashion or movies or television or even toy making, or things that change quickly on a regular basis, this is more likely to affect you. But just keep your sense of humor. You know, if somebody says something to you that's you think is inappropriate or is meant to be derogatory or negative, you know, ask questions. Or if you know the person, you know that this is just how they're like, just, you know, just let it go. Or, you know, come up with a joke, make an opportunity to laugh about it. This is a good month to keep your sense of humor, to watch funny movies, to tell funny stories, to go to comedy clubs and things of that nature because of the energy of these two stars. And then let's see, the North. We have a star combination that can create conflicts in relationships as well. So again, this conflict energy is being repeated. So what I would do again is just keep your sense of humor. Don't let things upset you. If you happen to be in a lawsuit or there's a lawsuit pending, you could find that either your side or the other side is particularly antagonistic. Do what you can to send blessing energy out to yourself as well as to these other people, because what you give out comes back to you. So you want to make sure that you try and keep a smile on your face, be as pleasant as possible, and get along as much as you can with the people around you. And this could be people at work, mainly because it's in the North, so that's where it's more likely to show up. But also in your relationships with your family, with your friends, with your neighbors, with the people you go to church with, or go to synagogue, or go to temple, or even people that you do yoga with, things of that nature. So again, just keep your sense of humor. In the Southwest, we have the relationship direction, the partnership direction. So this is direction for marriage, for motherhood, for one-on-one partnerships like business partnerships, things of that nature. And this particular star combination can create energy that supports gambling. So if your partner, if you're thinking about, let's say you're in a business and you're in a partnership with somebody else, if you're thinking about taking a chance with particularly like a project, or maybe signing a new contract and it seems kind of like a gamble, or you're taking a chance, this is not a good month to enter that agreement. So take a step back, check out the information, and just kind of wait and let this pass, because this is really not a good month for that kind of contract. Same if you're dating somebody or you're thinking about getting married and you're not sure if this is the right person, but you're kind of willing to take the chance. Not a good month, not a really good month for that. So, again, take a step back, give yourself the opportunity to gather all the information you need to make an informed decision that is going to be supportive of you and helpful for you. It's also a month where you could find that your relationships change in some way. And this could mean that if you've been dating somebody for a while, or you've been in a partnership with somebody for a while, and you decide that it's really not working, that you decide to part ways, and then you can bring in, new energy and new people into your life. But you could also find that the partnerships that you have continue on, and just the way that you relate to each other changes, or something about the way that you work together, or the way that you relate to each other, or the way that you do things together changes. So this energy of change isn't necessarily bad. It just means that it's time for something new to come in. In the area of the East, which is government, family, history, we have the energy of sudden change, and this can be for the better or for the worse. It just depends upon how you look at things. So there could be a sudden change in your family. That could be good in the sense that maybe somebody in your family gets a job out of the town that they live in, and now they have an opportunity to move somewhere else and grow in their business. So this could be good. But it can also bring sudden change in the sense that it's disruptive and unexpected, and maybe you don't particularly enjoy it. So this is one of those things where it's more likely that you'll see this at a global level, and so it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. So pay attention to the news and what's happening in politics, because we're likely to see some changes sudden changes this particular month. For the southeast, we have the area of money and wealth. And this month we have what's called the double metal clash, and it's in the southeast, which is a wood area. So this can cause financial problems for people, even though we have financial positive energy. It's not a really good month for the stock market necessarily. It's not a great month to sell things that are valuable because you may not get as much money as you would want to for that. Or you could find that you're spending money on something unexpectedly. That could be good though, right? So it could be that you decide to take a trip, like we talked about down here, since it's a great month for travel. Or you may decide to start something new, a new project that comes out of the blue, so you're spending money. So this combination can be, can cause a loss of money, but it can also create opportunities to spend money that are supportive and helpful of you. So look for those, look for the positive, look for the ways that you can turn this around and make it good for you and support it. So I hope you found that helpful and interesting. And as I mentioned before, you can get your Flying Star Outlook on www.flyingstarastrology.com. And then with that, you will also get your personal power number outlook as well. So go ahead and go to my website and order that if you haven't. It includes all of the Feng Shui activations and remedies, as well as the predictions for this coming year for the stars, as well as for you. If you have any questions or comments, post those down below and I'll take a look at them. And if there's any type of video that you would like me to make, post that down below too, and I'll take a look at doing that for you. I'll see you soon. Bye.